German mythology, also known as Germanic mythology, encompasses the beliefs and legends of the Germanic tribes before and during their conversion to Christianity. Although many of these stories have been lost over time, several have survived through medieval texts and oral traditions. This is the second part of the creatures of mythology in Germany. Number 1. Krampus. Can you imagine a Christmas where, instead of anxiously awaiting presents, you were worried about avoiding being kidnapped by a terrifying demon? Well, in some parts of Europe, especially in the Alpine region, this idea is not just imagination. It's reality, thanks to Krampus, the dark counterpart to St. Nicholas. While St. Nicholas goes around rewarding good children, Krampus has a very different agenda for those who have misbehaved. Krampus is like a horror movie character turned Christmas legend. Black or brown hair covering his body, curved goat horns, a serpentine tongue extending from his mouth, and eyes as black as night. And let's not forget the goat hooves, the chains he drags, and the terrifying sound of his bells. Krampus is not here to play. He comes with a sack or a basket to carry away disobedient children, and a rod to punish those who have not been up to the task. On the eve of St. Nicholas Day, that's when Krampus takes to the streets. In what is known as Krampusnacht, this terrifying being joins in the festivities, participating in parades where young men dress up as Krampus to scare and amuse people. How do you protect yourself from someone like Krampus? The answer is simple. Be good. Krampus is not a creature you can defeat with tricks or charms. Living ethically and morally, showing kindness, generosity, and obedience is the best way to ensure that Krampus passes you by without making a stop at your door. While there is no single story that captures the full essence of Krampus, his legend is a blend of pagan and Christian traditions that has evolved over the centuries. Number 2. Heinel. These little goblins or gnomes are the unsung heroes of German folklore, known for their dedication to secretly helping people by performing household chores and crafts during the night. It would be like having a cleaning crew and work helpers who ask for nothing in return, except perhaps not to be seen. These beings are described as tiny, no taller than an elbow, with long white beards that give them an air of antiquity and wisdom, dressed in the traditional style of 19th century German peasants. They are known for their ability to get the job done quickly and efficiently without being detected, leaving everything spotless before the sun rises. What really makes them special is their selfless generosity. They don't seek recognition for their actions. They just want to help and make life easier for the inhabitants of the city of Cologne. But here comes the lesson. History tells us that one person's curiosity can ruin a good thing. Legend has it that, due to the curiosity of a tailor's wife who wanted to see them, the Heinel felt betrayed and decided to leave the city of Cologne, thus disappearing forever. So the next time something mysteriously gets fixed or cleaned in your house, you might want to send a silent thank you to these little ones. But let's be honest, surely in your case, that magical creature is called Mom. So wake up, clean your room, or at least say thank you. Life is going to eat you, and you are not ready to go out on the street. Number 3. Nixes or Nixes are these water spirits that combine beauty with a touch of danger. Imagine for a second a creature that looks like something out of your wildest dreams. Dazzling beauty, a voice that hypnotizes, and a good vibe that draws you in without much you can do to resist. Nixes have that power. They can charm you just by looking at you or with a note of their music. But how do you recognize one? Well, if you see someone with hair that seems to flow like water itself, or who has a fishtail instead of legs, you've got a clue. But be careful, because they can also pass for humans without any problems. They can be among us without us noticing, luring us into their watery world. Stories about them come in all sorts. Some tell you how they can take you on a one-way trip to the bottom of the water, simply because their song or their appearance left you spellbound. But not everything is so dark. There are also tales where the Nixes are solitary beings, looking for some company or love, and even acting as guardians of their waters, taking care of whoever approaches with good intentions. Number 4. Rubit. Let's start with the name, which sounds rather curious. It means something like the one who counts the turnips. And there is a backstory. It is said that he kidnapped a princess and told her that he would only let her go home if she guessed how many turnips he had in his field. The princess, smarter than hungry, counted one and called it Rubit, leaving the giant annoyed by the nickname and tied to him for posterity. In legends, he appears as a capricious giant, a gnome, or a mountain spirit. He is the lord and master of the forests and mountains he dominates, a nature spirit with a power beyond our comprehension. He can be as kind as he can be cruel, all depending on how you treat him. If you show him respect, you may encounter his benevolent side. But if you try to trick him or scorn him, you'd better be prepared for what awaits you. Stories about this creature are a bag full of morals. This guy can't stand greed or deceit and has some pretty creative ways of punishing those flaws. But if you are one of those who value honesty and respect for nature, then this creature may become your best ally, helping you in difficult times or even punishing those who abuse its power. Number 5. Wolpertinger. This little guy is the star of Bavarian folklore, and I bet he's the craziest creature you'll ever encounter. It's a little critter that looks like it was designed in a night of imagination, and maybe a few beers. Rabbit body, deer antlers, bird wings, and to top it off, sometimes even saber fangs. The Wolpertinger is like nature's do-it-yourself project, but much more magical. If you think the Wolpertinger is just a visual spectacle, let me tell you that some legends attribute to it powers ranging from becoming invisible to emitting magical sounds. But honestly, what really makes this critter famous is its ability to make us laugh and scratch our heads at the same time. In Bavaria, they even play tricks on tourists, telling them that these creatures are on the loose in the woods, and even show taxidermied specimens to prove it. The stories about the Wolpertinger are varied, none of them intended to be taken too seriously. They are anecdotes designed to entertain, to make you imagine the unimaginable. The Wolpertinger hunt has become something of an inside joke, an initiation ritual for anyone curious to delve into the heart of Bavaria. Number 6. Berg Munch. The Berg Munch, or the mountain monk, a spiritual figure of German folklore who may not be as famous as the elves or dwarves, but has his charm. He is a solitary figure, dressed in the traditional robes of a monk, brown or gray, worn by time. His face is partially hidden by a hood or a long beard. His eyes are perhaps the only thing clearly visible under the hood. The Berg Munch, as a spiritual guardian of the mountains, possessed a deep knowledge of nature and ancient magics. This being holds a deep knowledge of the ancient secrets of the earth. He can speak to the spirits of the mountain, manipulate the elements around him, and even decide whether to bless or curse those he encounters, based on his actions. This monk is famous for being a celebrity of the mountains and for being a protector who makes sure the mountains and their secrets are safe from those who disrespect nature. Gaining his favor is not like becoming a friend on a social network. It is about respect for the mountain, for nature, and for ancient traditions. Offerings, respectful behavior, and following the old rituals can be your ticket to making sure your trip up the mountain is more of an epic adventure than a horror story. And the stories about the Berg Munch are as varied as the mountains themselves, from encounters with lost travelers to hard lessons for greedy treasure hunters. Number 7. White women. Weissfrauen, or white women, appear in numerous legends throughout Europe, especially in Germany. They are spectral beings, female figures wrapped in flowing white dresses and veils covering their faces. With long hair tied back in elegant ways, although their beauty is remarkable, their features can be difficult to observe. But don't be fooled by their appearance. White women are much more than mere apparitions. These ladies are known for their ability to move between the world of the living and the spirit realm, appearing and disappearing at will, surrounded by a light mist. They can foretell the future, warn of impending tragedies, and protect ancestral treasures or sacred sites. They can also cast curses on those who do not respect their message or the secrets they keep. They are famous for their appearances and their role as messengers of destiny. They are associated with ancient castles, deep forests, or ruins, where they watch over forgotten secrets or guard the threshold between this world and the afterlife. Protecting yourself from white women is not like avoiding a monster under the bed. It is more a matter of respecting the places they inhabit and heeding the warnings they offer. Wearing amulets or practicing protection rituals can help, but the most important thing is to respect their message and the sacred places they protect. Before watching the last member of this list of Germanic mythology creatures, remember to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my videos. Number 8. Laurelai. The Laurelai rock rises approximately 120 meters above the Rhine River, creating a natural resonance point that amplifies the echoes of the area. According to legend, this place is home to a beautiful maiden named Laurelai, who sits atop the crag, combing her long golden hair with a golden comb while singing with a voice capable of casting a spell on any living being. Legend has it that Laurelai was originally a young woman of extraordinary beauty. After being betrayed by her love and unjustly accused of seducing men to their doom, Laurelai was brought before an ecclesiastical tribunal. The judges, unable to resist her beauty, decided to send her to a convent. However, on the way to the convent, she asked to see the Rhine one last time. Arriving at the crag that now bears her name, Laurelai saw her chance to escape her fate and threw herself into the river from the top, meeting her death in its waters. Another version suggests that she was transformed into a mermaid or water nymph, doomed to reside on the crag, longing for her freedom and her lost love. Since then, Laurelai became synonymous with danger disguised as beauty. Sailors, captivated by her voice, stray from her course, meeting a tragic end against the rocks or in the whirlpools surrounding the crag.